What's up, folks? Muy buenas tardes a todos. Espero que estén bien en este momento. Gracias para verme. Gracias por verme. Eh, Ahora tenemos la clase de español y hoy en día tenemos, vamos a ver, la hora, la fecha, cumpleaños y modismos. Yes. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining me. Thank you very much for joining me. Okay, so here we are. Here we are. Today we'll be going over the following. Let's see. La hora, fecha, cumpleaños. Ok. Excelente. Un momento. Okay. So I have a special thing for you today. Today, we're going to do a brief interview and we'll go over what I said we'll go over today. Just wait for our guests to join us and then we'll get started momentarily. All right. All right. So while we wait for our guests to join us, let's go ahead and do this. We will go ahead and start off with a couple of modismos. Yes. Modismos. All right, let's start off with one modismo, funny one. Se llama. Yes, mamar gallo. So, estás mamando gallo. Estás mamando gallo. Okay, so let's look at that. Estás mamando gallo. Estás mamando gallo. Okay, so it's saying my comment has been rejected. They think it's spam. Let's see if I can slide it in word, but partially by word. I don't get that, but anyway. Okay. Okay, maybe it was the upside down question mark that gave it that this may be spam. Anyway, estás mamando gallo? You joking around? Estás mamando gallo? Are you joking around? Estás mamando gallo. Mamar gallo. Okay, like I said, we're starting off with modismo, so they're not going to translate directly, okay? All right. Or maybe you're kidding. Está mamando gallo? You're kidding. All right. So let's have it here. Another one. Another one. Here's another one. It been the upside down question mark that triggered the filter to say this sounds like a spam comment. Okay, ojo por ojo, diente por diente. Ojo por ojo, diente por diente. Uy, mi pronunciación hoy. Estoy haciendo cosas malas. Okay, ojo por ojo, diente por diente. Of course, we have that same thing in English, and it simply means eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. I like the other one better. Estás mamando gallo. You joking around. Yeah. Okay. And one more modismo for today is I'll save that one for another time. Yeah, we'll use this one here. Okay. And here we go. Más sabe el diablo por viejo que por diablo. Más sabe el diablo por viejo que por diablo. Okay. So, más sabe el diablo por viejo que por diablo. Okay. And that means, well, I'm not going to translate it word for word. I'm just going to tell you what it means for the English translation. Experience is the best teacher. When you want to say something like experience is the best teacher, you can say más sabe el diablo por viejo que por diablo. Now, if you want to translate it to understand what the words mean in the vocabulary, that's fine. But remember, we're speaking in modismos and with ideals, so you don't really necessarily translate everything word by word to get a full understanding. Okay, I sent out the link to our guest, so we'll see if our guest shows up. Anyway, before we get into it, is anyone who has any questions? Any questions about anything? Okay, looks like our guest is showing up. So we will go ahead and get started once he's here. All right, all right. He's here. All right. Okay, let me go ahead and send out. All right. Without further ado, I will bring our guest on. Okay. And L, let's give a warm welcome. My cousin Billy.
Hola, buenas tardes a todos. ¿Cómo están?
Bien, bien, muy bien, hermano. ¿Cómo estás?
Estoy muy bien, tranquilo.
Bien, bien, bien. Bueno, gracias por acompañarme aquí en la entrevista y la clase, conectando culturas a través del lenguaje, creando solidaridad.
No hay que.
Listo, listo. Bueno, cuéntanos un poquito de ti, dónde vienes tú y quién tú eres. Cuéntanos tu historia.
Ok, mi nombre es Vicente, pero mis amigos me llaman Vinny. Soy de California, Oakland, California. Um, Ahora estoy aquí en la República Dominicana, en Puerto Plata. Um, yo tengo 34 años.
Ok, ok.
¿Qué más?
Bueno, originalmente tú vienes de los Estados Unidos, ¿no?
Sí, de los Estados Unidos,
Vale, vale,
Oakland, California.
pero ahora vives en la República Dominicana, ¿no?
Sí, aquí en Puerto Plata.
Ok, ok, ok. ¿Y qué te lleva para vivir en la República Dominicana? ¿Y por qué quieres vivir en la República Dominicana?
Yo quiero vivir aquí porque me encanta la cultura aquí, me encanta la música, el clima, la comida, la gente aquí son muy amables. Es un país con mucha libertad.
Ok, vale, vale, vale. Ok, ¿y cuánto tiempo llevas allá en la República Dominicana esta vez?
Mm, Solo un mes aquí. No
Ok,
llevo.
un mes ya. Ok, bien, 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 bien. ¿Y cómo está la vida? ¿Cómo están las cosas allá con coronavirus? Y cómo usted tiene, allá ustedes tienen toque y queda, ¿no? El toque
Sí,
y queda.
ah, ahora tenemos el toque de queda. La última vez yo estaba aquí ah, fue en febrero y
Ok, ok.
ahora con el toque de queda las cosas son muy diferentes ah, porque yo tengo que estar en la casa a las 5 de la
Ajá.
tarde en los fines de semana y a las 7 durante la semana. Y es, no es tan malo, pero es un poco difícil porque yo sé que todas las tiendas cerrar a las 5 durante la semana y tal vez a las 3 en los fines de semana. Entonces, si yo necesito comprar algo, tengo que irme temprano.
Ajá.
Pero la playa está abierta todavía. Ah, entonces solo tengo que estar en la casa temprano. No hay discoteca, no hay bar, no hay gimnasio ahora.
Entiendo, vale, 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 vale. Y, pero me dijiste que la playa está abierta, ¿no?
Sí, la playa está abierta.
Bien, bien,
Es
bien, bien.
la mejor parte de estar aquí.
Me imagino que sí, porque donde vivo yo ahora no hay playa.
Ay,
No
qué
hay.
pena, hermano.
Sí, sí. Bueno, me imagino que las cosas son diferentes porque tiene toque y queda, ¿no?
Sí,
Pero explícame, si alguien quiere visitar República Dominicana con toque y queda, ¿cómo puede socializar? ¿Cómo puede socializar si hay toque y queda?
ok, bueno. En el día hay mucha gente afuera, hay muchas cosas pasando. en la playa, en las tiendas, en los barrios. Y si tú quieres hacer algo, solo necesitas levantarse temprano. Levantarse temprano. Y si tú quieres celebrar o si tú quieres una fiesta, eh, hay que tener una fiesta adentro de la casa.
Ajá,
Entonces,
ok.
puedes invitar tus amigos a su casa y celebrar aquí hasta no hay toque de queda en la mañana, 5 de la mañana, todos pueden salir. O tú puedes viajar después del toque de queda si está en un taxi. Si está en
Oh,
un taxi, no está conduciendo, manejando tu propio coche, tú puedes salir.
vale, 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 vale. Bueno, un pedazo de información. ¿Cuándo ustedes terminan con toque y queda? ¿Cuándo? Tú sabes.
Yo no sé, cada vez yo veo la noticia, dicen 8 25 días, entonces no estoy contando nomás, yo no sé.
Ajá, ajá, entiendo, vale, vale, vale.
En
Y yo tampoco.
septiembre, sí, en septiembre
Espero, ah,
quizás.
sí, yo espero que termine en septiembre también, porque yo compré mi pasaje de ida de, desde Cúcuta, el aeropuerto aquí en Cúcuta, hasta Medellín, el 3 de septiembre. Vamos a ver si el gobierno va a cancelar los vuelos o no, pero espero que no, porque estoy
Sí,
harto de Cúcuta, bro. Pero ya sabe, como yo te dije antes.
sí, ojalá pueda viajar en septiembre.
Ok, sí, gracias, gracias. Y una pregunta sobre español, porque
Okay.
tu primer idioma es inglés, ¿no?
Sí, sí,
Ok,
mi
vale,
primer
vale.
idioma es inglés.
Ok. ¿Y cuánto tiempo lleva estudiar español, estudiando español?
Mm, casi un año y medio
¿Un año y
estudiando
medio?
español, sí, casi un
Vale,
año
vale.
y medio, yo creo, sí.
Ok, ok. ¿Y por qué, y por qué quería aprender español?
Ah,
O-
mayormente porque mi primer viaje aquí en la República Dominicana fue el año 2018 en marzo y
Ujú.
yo no hablé nada de español y me sentí mal porque yo no hablé nada y mi amigo estaba hablando un poco y yo recuerdo, yo pensaba, wow, él sabe mucho. Eh, yo quiero hablar así, yo quiero conectar con la gente, yo quiero entender qué está diciendo. Entonces, cuando yo regresé a Estados Unidos, yo empecé a estudiar. Sí, empecé a estudiar más y más y en mi segundo viaje yo hablé un poco más y con tiempo yo decidí tener un profe, tuve mi profe y
Oh,
ahora yo hablo muy bien, más que antes.
ajá. Con
Sí,
fluidez.
sí, con fluidez, por ejemplo, la gente que yo conocí en mi primer viaje, en mi segundo viaje, dicen, wow, yo recuerdo, tú no hablaste nada de español y ahora tú hablas muy bien, mejor que
Ajá.
antes.
Ok, sí. Bueno, una pregunta, porque hay mucha gente que dice que yo quiero aprender español, pero ¿qué tipo de español yo debe aprender? Por ejemplo, español mexicano, español colombiano, español dominicano, cubano, puertorriqueño. ¿Y qué piensas en esto?
En mi opinión, yo creo que español de Colombia es lo mejor aprender primero porque es, es claro, es muy, ¿cómo se dice? Se dice
Wow, sí.
auténtico.
Ok, ok, auténtico. Ok, ok. Bien, 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 bien. Y cuando tiene que hablar con la gente, no tiene problema, ¿ah? Por ejemplo, si alguien viene de Colombia, si alguien viene de México, la República Dominicana, Cuba, tú puedes entender todo, sí o no.
Sí, yo puedo entender todo. Uh, lo único diferencias son, por ejemplo, si yo tengo un
Ajá,
abanico es un fan en inglés,
sí.
pero aquí en la República Dominicana abanico es un fan, pero en Colombia es ventilador.
Ah, ventilador,
Ventilador.
sí.
Sí, es
Abanico,
un
ventilador.
ejemplo sobre cosas pequeñas son diferentes, pero
Mm,
las palabras principales son lo mismo.
así lo mismo, ajá. Y la estructura también, ¿no?
Sí.
Vale, vale, vale. Bueno, ¿qué puede aconsejar a la gente para aprender o mejorar su español? ¿Qué cosas que puede recomendar hacer?
Ok. Hay que practicar todos los días. No
Ajá,
necesita mucho tiempo. No necesita mucho tiempo. 5 minutos, 10 minutos cada día.
ajá.
Lo más importante es estudiar, formar un hábito de estudiar.
Ok, ok,
Y al menos un día en la semana practicar 1 hora o más, 1 hora o más.
ok, ok. Al menos un día durante la semana y tiene que practicar una hora más. Bueno, bueno, ok. ¿Y qué cosas no te gusta sobre tu experiencia aprendizaje? Experiencia aprendizaje.
Uh, que no me gusta sobre mi experiencia, aprender.
Sí.
Uh, hay una palabra muy difícil para mí, tú sabes, doble R. Doble R, sí,
Ra,
es
ra, ra,
muy
ra.
difícil. Sí, uh, hay que practicar, sí, hay que practicar más tarde, pero eso es lo más difícil. Pero uh, no voy a renunciar, no
Ah,
renunciaré.
ok,
uh, y la gente puede entenderme
vale, vale.
todavía, sí.
Okay, okay. So now not everybody's going to be able to understand what we're saying. So we're going to switch up a little bit, speak a little English so people can understand. And like you said, tell them you're originally from, where you're from, and when you first started learning Spanish.
I'm from Oakland, California, in the United States of America. I originally started learning Spanish about a year and a half ago,
Okay.
something like that. And yeah, the main thing that motivated me to study was visiting the Dominican Republic and hearing my friends speak Spanish so well. And I was just so impressed. And, I wanted that. I saw how he connected with the people and how it put them at ease and how we were able to have a better experience here because of his knowledge of the language. And
Right,
I decided I got to do that, because he might not be here next trip,
right, right.
so I got to be that person who can, get things done for myself. And now,
Okay.
most of the time, when I travel to Colombia or Dominican Republic or Costa Rica, wherever it may be, I can just go by myself and not have to worry. I don't even have Google Translate on my phone anymore, so
So you don't need it. We don't need that.
I don't need it. Nope, don't
All
need it.
right, all
We'll
right.
figure it out.
Right, exactly. Right. I hear that. Okay, okay. So let's see. And I want you to be honest. I want you to be candid. What are
Uh,
some things that you like about the program that you're in? the program
Okay.
that you're, as far as learning Spanish? What are some good things that you like?
Okay. So what I really like about the program that I'm in is that I have a professor who speaks English, who's a native English speaker. So any questions that I have about the language that confuses me, or any phrases that I might not understand, or something that I want to translate that Google Translate can't help me with, you know, you know, you're right there for that. And then I also like the homework because it's an extension of my weekly lesson. I really like the transcripts after each lesson. That helps me because I don't have to focus as much as taking notes during the lesson. I can really focus on what's going on and read the notes later. Yes,
Okay,
those are the
okay.
main things I like.
Okay, so what would you say could some improvement? What would you say could be some improvement?
An improvement. Um, I do like to practice my lesson afterwards with a
Hmm.
native speaker. Uh, but I'm already able to do that. Like I know native Spanish speakers, and so sometimes after my lesson, I'm able to go back over it with them. This, as reinforcement to what I learned. So,
Okay.
just as far as practice, but yeah.
All right, all right. Well, you definitely in the right place to speak with native speakers. You in DR, so you surrounded. You got all options. All options are on the table.
All day. Yeah,
Right,
and
right.
I noticed,
Well, we have a
sometimes. Oh, go ahead.
no. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say, and when you're out here and you're speaking with native speakers, don't get discouraged if you have to repeat yourself, a few times. They do that to each other too. Sometimes somebody just doesn't hear what you say, or they don't know what you're asking for in what context. You're kind of coming out of nowhere saying, "Hey, do you know where this is?" Or "Do you have that?" So if you have to repeat yourself 3, 4 times, just go for it. Don't get frustrated.
Right, right, right. Okay, okay, cool, cool. Well, we do have a question there. I'll let you go ahead and answer that question. I'll let you give it.
Okay, so how much time do I invest in studying the language? A day, week, or month? Um, Let me see. Just on a well, being here is every day. But as far as like when I was back in the States, it was every day as well, at a minimum of 10, 15 minutes a day for me. And then some days, like I would invest maybe like 2 or 3 hours into my homework, um, maybe like 3 times a week. And as I got better at it, I started studying less and less, and I started looking to make friends or contacts in other countries with people who wanted to learn English in exchange for teaching me Spanish, and that helped me a lot.
Good, good, cool, cool, cool. We got a comment from the chat here. I'm very impressed with your progress.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I feel like I have a long way to go, but when I listen back to some of my old voice messages, I see
Uh,
how far I came. So, thank you.
yeah, I mean, I think, one thing you have to understand when it comes to learning a language in particular, it's not an instantaneous, drop a few drops of water and stir it up and you got it and you drink it. No, it don't work like that. It take a while. It
Right.
takes a while. You have to understand to get to a level of enrichment and being able to flow in the language, it takes a few years. But a year and a half
Most
is pretty
definitely.
good. Yeah.
But
And
it,
it's not like it
but it,
takes much time out of your schedule. Like you said, maybe once a week for at least an hour, then every day at least 10, 15 minutes, right?
That's the minimum. That right there will get you very far. Anything extra on top of that is great, but don't use not having time as an excuse. There's
Right.
time. You don't need much time.
See, see. Okay, okay, awesome, awesome. All right. Well, let's see. I want to thank you for joining us today. And I got a class here. You can stick around if you want to. I'm gonna go ahead and go over a few things. Like I told the class, we're gonna go ahead and go over la hora, fecha, y cumpleaños. I already went over the modismos. You can see them in the chat. If you like, I'd love for you to stick around and partake in the class. It'll be probably below your level, but anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm down for that. I got a little bit
Okay.
of time. Thanks
All
for
right.
inviting me here.
All right. Well, thank you for accepting the invitation. Anybody have any questions? I see one question we've already answered. Anybody have any questions? Please send us questions. We love questions. All right. So let's begin with la hora. La hora. Hora. So, ¿qué hora tienes? Señor, ¿qué hora tienes?
Yo tengo 6:11.
Ok, 6 y 11. Aquí en Colombia, 5 y 11. ¿Qué hora tienes? O, ¿qué hora es, señor? ¿Qué hora es?
Es 6:11.
Okay. ¿Qué hora es? So you have two ways to ask about the time. La hora, time on the clock, not how much time it takes. That's a different phrase for time. Tiempo, el tiempo. Um, we have, and there's probably a few other ways too, but we'll just go over to ¿Qué hora tienes? What hour do you have? Or ¿Qué hora es? What hour is it? And then to answer that, you would say, if it's one, you would say, es la una, or son las dos, son las tres, etc., etc. So let's look at the verb there. Es la una, because it's singular, 1 hour. Es la una. And son las dos, because it's two, it's plural, dos. O son las tres, o son las cuatro, son las cinco, son las lo que sea. Okay. So that's how you answer that. Now, what you have to do is make sure you know your numbers. I always tell people to know their numbers because you never trust anybody but you to count your money. So that's a good base to start since you know there are only 12 hours on the clock, or if you do military time 24, you can start to learn 0 up to 50. Take it in chunks. You don't try to, you know, overburden yourself too much with too much. But that's how you answer that. ¿Qué hora tiene o qué hora es? And let's see. ¿A qué hora vas a acostarte esta noche, señor? ¿A qué hora vas a acostarte?
Va a acostarme a las 11:30 esta noche.
Okay. That was simply, at what time are you going to bed? Are you going to go to bed? At what time are you going to go to bed? So at that question, I put the I in front of it because I said at. In that instance, I meant at. At what time? All right, okay. Let's see, la hora. Y la fecha. La fecha. ¿Cuál es la fecha de hoy?
La fecha de hoy es 15 de agosto del año 2020.
Okay. Notice you said 2020, you didn't say 2020.
2020.
People be, yeah, people be trying to cheat and say 2020. I said, no, you have to say 2000. Learn
No,
the numbers. Yeah,
exactly.
la fecha. Okay. So the question was, ¿cuál es la fecha de hoy? In other words, what is today's date? ¿Cuál es la fecha de hoy? Una vez más, ¿cuál es la fecha de hoy, señor?
15 de agosto 2020.
Ok, bien hecho, bien hecho. 15 de agosto 2020. That brings us another thing in mind. We need to learn the days of the week and the months of the year. So let's start off with the days of the week. Los días. Notice la palabra día es masculino. Día is a masculine word, so we say los días de la semana. Days of the week. So, if you would, please tell us the days of the week, and I'll go ahead and type them in and go slow, please, because we can't type that fast.
Uh, El domingo,
Okay.
el lunes, el martes, el miércoles, el jueves, el viernes y el sábado.
Señor, muchísimas gracias. Muchísimas gracias. Okay. So I didn't put the English translation in there. I didn't want to do that because all we have to do is learn the dates. I'm sorry, learn the names. Once we hear the names and we go in a specific order, we will know what day that coincides with because mostly everybody starts their week off on Sunday, right? So
Right.
usually when you look at a calendar in the English speaking world, the week starts with Sunday. So that's why he started off with El Domingo, and then the days follow proceedingly. So one more time, if you could pronounce the words, please.
Okay. El domingo, el lunes, el martes, el miércoles, el jueves, el viernes y el sábado.
Great, great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, we have the days of the week. We know we have to practice our numbers. So we know we want to go up to 50. There's only 31 days in a month. So if we go all the way up to 50, master that, then we got the days of the week and we have the months covered. Now, let's go with the months. Now, you don't have to say them in English, say them in Spanish. I'll type it. Remember, I don't type that fast, so try not to go too fast, please. And we'll start off with the first month so everybody knows what that coordinates with. All right, whenever you're ready.
Okay. El primer mes es enero,
Okay.
febrero, marzo, abril, mayo, junio, julio, agosto, septiembre, octubre, noviembre y diciembre.
All right, great, great, great. I think I spelled everything right. Do us one more favor. Just go ahead and pronounce the months of the year one more time for me, please. Make sure I'll check while I'll check. Make sure I spelled everything right.
Ok, tenemos enero, febrero, marzo, abril, mayo, junio, julio, agosto, septiembre, octubre, noviembre y diciembre.
Bien, bien, muy bien, sir. Señor, muy bien. Also, notice you pronounce your vowels, las vocales, with short sounds. You don't say April, no, you say
Ujú,
abril. Mayo, you don't say mayo. It's not mayonnaise. It's not
ujú.
mayo, it's mayo. All right, excellent. Good, good,
Exactamente.
good. All right, so we have a few people watching in class, attending the class right now. Are there any questions? Are there any questions about any subjects, anything? Doesn't have to be specifically about the subject matter, what we're going over right now. Okay, and this would be los, let me say, los meses del año. So I'm going to type a word here. Actually, I'm going to type two words. I want you to pronounce them both for me, if you don't mind.
Año, ano.
Mhm. So explain to us the difference between those two words.
In the first word, año, it has the emphasis over the N. It's inye, not na. So there are two different N's in the Spanish alphabet.
Okay. Again, that one means
Año
okay.
is year.
Okay. Now what about the second word?
Uh, one, I can't remember that one right now.
Okay,
Ano.
okay. That's it. A body part.
Ah, okay. Gotcha.
So I say
Ah,
that
gotcha. You don't want to
I,
make that mistake.
exactly. You don't want to make that mistake. So make sure that when you're talking about año, you're saying año and not the other one, because that's a totally different thing, and people will look at you some type of way. Año, not ano.
See,
Okay? So, feliz cumpleaños. Feliz cumpleaños. That means happy birthday. Feliz cumpleaños. Happy birthday. So you can see where you can use the months of the year, the days of the week, and the numbers for as, cumpleaños. Let's see, cumpleaños. Feliz cumpleaños. And we say, ¿cuándo es tu cumpleaños? ¿Cuándo es tu cumpleaños? When is your birthday? ¿Cuándo es tu cumpleaños? All right, all right, all right. So let's see. When it comes to Fecha. We have months in the year. We have days of the week. We have la hora, and we have numbers. So now, for the audience in the class, what we know you have to do is practice your numbers 0 to 50 in the months of the year and the days of the week. Okay. All right. So let's see. Guess we can give a few minutes for people if they have any questions. I see some people watching, but I don't see anybody with any questions here. It's always sometimes like that. People don't want to ask questions in class. One thing I want to say, which I see with my English students, we have these things which we call like participation classes, and where we'll do a certain exercise to enforce maybe a lesson that we learned. And they don't like to participate for fear of not saying something correctly. What people have to understand is in a class, you're not
Uh,
expected to say it correctly. So if you don't never practice it, how can you learn it?
that's
That's
what
one of the
class is
worst,
for.
right? That's one of the worst things to do is to not participate. And I tell my English learning students all the time, one of the worst things you can do is not participate in the class. But I don't know, they don't believe me. A lot of them just sit back and they're just like, then when test time comes, see, test time comes, they have to do the oral test. They have to sit in front of our teachers, and then the teachers will ask them questions, but they at least know the subject matter that they're going to go over. So they have to be able to create sentence structure correctly. They have to be able to enunciate so they're understood, and they have to be able to flow with it. So a lot of times people they may want to answer questions with one word answers. And I always say, if you practice answering with one word answers, then you won't be able to speak the language because you won't be able to form a sentence. So you should know how to form a sentence. Your thought process should be from day one being able to form a sentence and respond. Anything about that you want to comment to that?
No, that's true. Because they'll always find themselves saying, yes, 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 or no, no, no. And, you notice that a lot. I have to break myself out of that habit sometimes of just saying, see or see. So, like, everything is see. Like, even when people don't understand, sometimes they just say yes. And, so in order for somebody to grasp, what's been said or know that you comprehended what they told you, like you said, you have to answer in a full sentence. It helps
Right,
you and it helps them. It helps the conversation flow better. So
right.
yeah, that's true.
So let me ask you this question. When you find yourself at moments that you're speaking to someone and you can't understand, what do you do? What particular questions do you ask? Anything you care to share?
Okay, so when I'm having a conversation and I just I didn't understand anything they said. First, I get that confused look on my face, and lo siento, no te entiendo. ¿Qué significa? Like, what does this mean? This word that you said, or repite por favor. Like, can you repeat yourself? If I didn't understand the whole sentence, if there's one word, I would just say, ¿qué significa swapa? Or ¿qué significa cepillo? Or, whatever it is I didn't understand. And you can't be afraid, I used to, I'll be afraid to ask people to repeat themselves, but it's better to do that than to just miss what they said completely because it might be. So you just got to ask, repeat yourself, or what does this mean?
Right.
And if you still don't understand after that, then you ask them to say it a little slower and a little clearer. You'll say, repite, pero más claro y lentamente, por favor.
lentamente,
y claramente.
claramente, ok. En más despacio, ¿no?
Sí, más despacio porque la gente aquí habla rápidamente.
Cool, cool, awesome, nice, nice, nice. All right, all right. Let's see. So, are there any phrases, colloquial phrases that you have picked up since you've been there in Dominican Republic? Anything that you learned new that you want to share?
Colloquial phrases. There's so many. It's hard to think of them right now on the spot, but
Okay, okay.
so many colorful phrases that they say, and sometimes they'll say, "Oh, Dios mío de padre," like, just saying like, "My God," it's like an expression of just,
Okay, okay, cool, nice,
excitement or
nice.
disbelief. What's another? I think of
Okay,
any that
good.
might be here.
Okay, good. Awesome,
There's a
awesome.
lot.
Oh, we got about there's 10 people tuned in now. Wow, you must be famous, man. I haven't had this many people in the class in a minute. El famoso
There's
Vicente.
one phrase here was Venioso. Tú me plantaste
Oh yes,
significa
I know
que
that one.
you ditched me. Yeah. ¿Qué pasó? Tú me plantaste. Yo estaba esperándote anoche y tú no me respondí, no contestaste mi llamada. ¿Qué pasó? Tú me plantaste. So yeah, that's when you get stood up or somebody ditched you.
What's another word? What's another phrase for English to describe tú me plantaste?
Oh yeah, you flaked on me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you flaked on. Here's another one.
yeah, left me hanging. You ditched me. Yeah.
All right, you flaked on me. Yeah, you flaked on me. Tú me plantaste. Ay, hombre, tú me plantaste. Mira, I always like to say, this is my favorite one I like to say to people. I say this one. This is kind of long, but if you get it, they really get a kick out of this one. Como vaso desechable me tiraste en el camino. That's what I like to say. Como vaso desechable me tiraste en el camino. Like a disposable glass, you threw me to the side.
Damn it, that's a cold one right there.
Yeah. Como vaso desechable
Um,
me tiraste en el camino. Yeah,
Threw me to the side
definitely.
like a disposable cup.
Right.
There's another one they say out here. They say, "Tu eres, tú eres el final. Eres el final." uh, eh, es- this one means like, oh, you're doing the most, or or you're it. Like it depends on how you use it. And
Uh-huh.
like if you
Say
do
it
the
again.
direct translation, it's like, "Tu eres el final."
Okay.
El final. Sí.
Pero al final.
Yeah. So you can do it if something hilarious happens, you could say, "Oh, el final," or if somebody does something crazy, or if they just if they show up looking fly, like it just means like oh you're it or you're doing the
Tú
most
eres
well,
el final.
something like that. To el final. See,
Cool, cool, cool. Nice, nice.
I
Well, I
heard that
usually
one a
like to.
lot.
Tú eres el final. All right, nice, awesome. Well, I usually don't keep it more than an hour going. I usually wrap up around 5 minutes before the hour,
Mhm.
and then leave time for questions. If people have questions, they can ask questions, or if they have any future questions, they can um, they can send questions to my email. Okay, and so this gentleman here, Vicente, he is a student of mine from El Andaluz Learning. So let's learn Spanish TV. Yes, he is a student. So let's see. I don't know. Well, I guess they can catch the replay and just go back to the beginning, and they can see your quality. They say you're an artist. You're sensitive about your work.
Yeah, run it back, man. Leave a thumbs
Yeah.
up too, man. Get the
Yes, give
likes
it.
up, get the likes up, man.
Yes, definitely. Please get the likes up. Please get the likes up.
Make
Did you
sure
add
to
anything about?
subscribe.
Yes, definitely. Please like, share, and subscribe. Did you have any tips that you want to give people about learning Spanish or anything like that?
I say if you're here, you obviously have an interest in learning Spanish. If you're already learning, congratulations to you. Keep going. I have no regrets about the time I've invested, the money I've invested, the experiences I've had. Like have been so much better because of my ability to speak the language. So just do it. No excuses. Just do it. I promise you. Like you're gonna thank yourself because you're the one who has to be committed, and it's not as difficult as you think. Anybody can do it. Don't just say like, oh, it's not for everybody or I don't have the capacity or the time to learn another language. It can be done. Trust me.
Right, right. Good, good. All right, cool. Well, we're wrapping up on the time now, so I'm going to go ahead and end the broadcast. Hermano, muchísimas gracias por acompañarme en esta clase. Y
De nada, hermano.
últimas palabras que tiene que compartir. ¿Qué quieres
Compartir. Sigue
compartir?
estudiando.
Sigue
Give me
estudiando.
sí.
Listo. Ok, bueno, hermano, gracias. Nos vemos y hasta la próxima, pues.
Paz.
Okay, pause. Okay, everybody. Once again, as I wrap up, I just want to say thank you. And that's it. Conectando culturas a través del lenguaje, creando solidaridad.